Hi there boys and girls, Brucey here, and I'm just going to do a quick update on the TC Nova system of 5 years of using it. I've had this unit now for 5 years. It's done hundreds and hundreds of gigs. You've probably, if you're watching this video, you may be one of my subscribers. If you're not, please do subscribe if you want more guitar related stuff and other interesting things about being a creative. But I've done a lot of videos on the Nova system, and by far they seem to have been the most popular videos over the years that I've done. Had lots of you asking all manner of questions about it, and hopefully if you want any more information about the Nova system and how to use it, drop me a line and I'm happy to do more videos, because I still think after all this time this unit is current. Again, I'll state, as I've stated on a number of other interviews, I'm not an employee of TC Electronics. I'm not even endorsed by TC Electronics. I just love their stuff. I use a lot of their stuff, and I think it's great. I know one of the main things people say about TC Electronics is that their sound is very sterile and clean. I like that. That is personally what I like. I like, particularly with delays, I like nice, clean, precise delays. That's my thing. If you don't like that, tough. That's what I like. So what are my thoughts about the Nova system over all this time? Well, as you can see, and I'll do some close-ups, this, you know, it's got a few chunks out of it. It's really taken a beating, and it's still working. It's still perfectly fine. Never, touch wood, had a problem. Am I using it today? Well, no, I've been using the Line 6 Helix, as you can see in some of my other videos and some other pedal boards. Why? Well, there's a number of reasons. One, I like to experiment. Always like to see what's going on with technology, and B, I just, when I go back to an analog pedal board, it's because I just like to, you know, if you've got the choice and you've got the ability, and I'm fortunate enough to be able to do that, I like to switch things out. But I always do come back to this unit. I've been using this unit quite a lot recently in my acoustic rig. I was part of an acoustic duo, and this forms part of my acoustic rig because I like to use the reverb and the compressor, which is really great. A little bit of delay occasionally on the acoustic guitar, and when I do some looping, it's got the pitch shifter, which is really useful to just adding in like bass lines with the acoustic guitar. So it's really useful in that rig. And as I was trying it out after all this time, and you can hear some of the stuff here. This is going straight back in. I love this unit. I'd forgotten how much I loved it, and I've been experimenting with other things, but it just sounds great. It really does. So what are my thoughts? This is a 5-year review. Well, you may have seen some of my other posts about what I really wanted for the unit, and that really does still hold true. I really wish TC would update this to something else. I know they're making it big with all the single pedals, and that's their thing now, and it's a real shame, because with the G major, which I've had both the G major and the G major 2, they were brilliant rack units, and this was an amazing concept, and I know that a few of you have your complaints with it. I know there is the patch delay if switching, if you use it that way. I don't use it that way, so it's never been a problem for me. So what have been the problems? I've always said, and I'll stick by this, the tuner is absolutely useless. I find it's absolutely pointless, particularly when they have the polytune now. Imagine this with a polytune in, that would be absolutely awesome. I do wish that instead of the speaker simulation taking over the EQ, they'd put in some kind of speaker block, or even better than that, with all the amp modeling technology. I wouldn't have a Helix if this had a couple of amp models in. And I'm not talking a lot. Looking at the TC Halcyon series, the vocal processor, which has a couple of amp models in it, for the player who's using it as a vocal processor, but it has some guitar effects and stuff. Why can't they do that with this? Just a couple of amp models to get you going. You know, a Fender Clean, a Marshall, the big 3 or 4, a filter block. That would be awesome as well. Just so you could either do some wah functionality by using the expression pedal, or an auto wah, or something along those lines. I mean, they're built into the chipsets of the G major, so you've got that stuff there. A wah pedal built in again, or an expression pedal built in would be absolutely phenomenal. But I wouldn't, you know, it's not the be all and end all. I think a new tuner would be a massive step up. I think having an amp modeler would be a massive step up, even if it's really basic, just so you could plug this straight into a PA. I think I would have liked to maybe have, again, this is me just being really picky, one or two of these switches being able to be multi-purpose, so you could have maybe 2 modulations in a patch. So maybe some chorus and some tremolo, and just switch them over rather than being fixed with some of these, because you know you might not be using the pitch in some patches. But that's again a little niggle. It's not the end of the world. It isn't the easiest thing to program, and that's why I've done a whole bunch of videos over the years, and probably will continue. If you've got questions, please do ask me. Yeah, it's a little bit user unfriendly, but I'm speaking from my experience of being able using these things, using all the previous processors like the G major, and being involved in music technology in the 80s and 90s, where you get a lot of these kind of menu driven systems. I mean, they're a pain in the neck and they're not as user friendly as they could be, but we're in 2017 now, so I'm sure there could be something amazing. So short version, after 5 years, love this unit, absolutely love this unit, and it's going back on the pedal board today. I've forgotten how much I love it. It's been a year since I've used it, probably in an electric situation. I have been using it in an acoustic situation, but I've just been plugging in and playing, and it sounds phenomenal. And that's, you know, down to this analog drive as well. The drive is nice and clean, and you can be quite transparent, and then you can build up some grit, and the distortion for me is the kind of distortion I like, so it works. So double thumbs up to the Nova system after 5 years. I will do a 10-year review hopefully. I'm still using this unit. Would love, you know, I'd go out in a heartbeat and buy an updated Nova System 2 with some of these additional features. Please, if you're listening, TC Electronic, please at least consider it. You know, you did the G system, which was awesome. You did this, which was awesome. And since then, you know, all this time has passed. You've developed some great new ideas, some great new concepts, particularly the polytune, the tone print. Imagine this with tone prints. Come on, you know, we want it. And even if you put the price up, be like Apple, make it really expensive, and I would rush out and buy it. If you've got any questions or anything you'd like to know about the TC and or my experience of unit after all this time, please do drop me a line in the comments. Otherwise, all that's left for me to do is say, catch you later.